Welcome to the Q1 Buck Poll. I'm Tim Hart-Haverhill. He's Mike Big Buck Hoffner. And on today's show, we continue talking with successful hunters. Today, we're going to be with the Country Smokehouse up in Almont. And a lot of people had success, but not as much success as last year.
Well, I'll tell you what, Karnak the Great. I think we could have figured out that we're coming off of EHD, had a tough winter. Things were going to be a little bit down. But the encouraging side of the situation is this year, I passed on a lot of small bucks as I talked to other hunters that did the same thing. So I'm optimistic that next year will be better.
We're also going to talk to the DNR's Dave Lukanen. He's going to talk about the Wetlands Wonders program. And, they're trying to get more people out, do some waterfowling, and having some fun.
Well, again, coming from Branch County, a lot of lakes in the state of Michigan. Waterfowling is an opportunity for hunters to get out there and do something if they want to do a little thing different than deer hunting.
Tony LaPratte from Ultimate Land Management will also be with us later on in the show. Holding deer on your property. Some great information. So stay with us. All that and a lot of bucks with Big Buck Hoffner right here on the Q1 Buck Poll.
Country Smokehouse was started years ago by myself and Suzanne, and we want to specialize in homemade, old-fashioned sausage and jerkies and things like that. People say it's a destination. They come out for the barbecue, they come out for the homemade sausages. A lot of organic people, natural people want to buy the product because they can't find it in the local stores. We are the largest processor in the state of Michigan. We invite all hunters to come in, bring your deer in, or just stop in and check us out so you can see yourself.
I recommend you come to the Country Smokehouse because you'll never be disappointed.
Trophy Class Real Estate specializes in listing and selling unique recreational, hunting land, and vacant land properties.
Hi, I'm Dan Hoffman. We're the premier real estate brokerage firm for Cabela's Trophy Properties in Michigan. If you're looking to buy, we have great properties like this one.
Here's 24 acres of vacant land and waterfront in Calhoun County. The property includes your very own 7-acre buildable island. There's great whitetail deer hunting and fishing. Own a one-of-a-kind piece of property.
Call us today or go online to see all of our properties.
When a hunter graduates from my new Super Whitetail Boot Camp, he will be in the top 1% of the deer hunters in the country. There's hundreds of little things people need to know to really have the ultimate property. I come in and show people how to put all the right pieces of the puzzle in that property. To hold deer, get more born on the property, make them come by the stands, keep them from the neighbors during daylight hours. I'm Tony LaPratte from Ultimate Land Management, and I'm inviting you to our new Super Whitetail Boot Camp.
Hunters, register today in the Q1 Buck Poll, and you'll have a chance to win this Yamaha Grizzly 350 ATV. You can register a buck or a doe, no matter what size. We'll give this away in a random draw at our final prize party of the Q1 Buck Poll coming up the first weekend in March. Jim Hull is with us from Custom Connection Motorsports in Battle Creek. Welcome to the Buck Poll, man.
Thanks for having us, Tim.
All right, tell me about the ATV.
As he said, this is an awesome Yamaha Grizzly 350. You've got your Realtree camo, you've got selectable four-wheel drive, you've got forward and reverse, you've got racks on the front and back. So if you're out in terrain like this and you get the deer of a lifetime, you're not going to have to worry about carrying it on your shoulder.
You slap it on the back, tie it up, and you're ready to go.
Exactly.
All right, well, again, we're giving this away in a random draw. All you have to do is register. Again, you could go online, or you could take your deer to any of the locations across the state. Get registered today in the Q1 Buck Poll to win the Yamaha Grizzly 350 ATV from Custom Connection Motorsports.
Back here on the Q1 Buck Pull, and Mike, as we talked about, the the harvest was down a little bit with the deer. We didn't see as many deer, and you've got pockets all around the state that same thing happened to.
Yeah, I think it was inevitable that was going to happen. I mean, the expectation after EHD and a hard cold winter this past season, the bucks would be down. But I think it's encouraging because again, we were out there, didn't see as many deer, but I did let a lot of small bucks go this year. So I'm encouraged about how many will be around next year.
And you can still register your buck. And when I say that, Valentine's weekend at the Field and Stream Deer and Turkey Expo in Lansing, and that's going to be at the summit, so make sure that you take your rack there. They've got all kinds of prizes they're giving away. They'll hang them all up, the mounts and everything. So, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be there on Sunday, and we're going to give away a muzzle loader from CVA to some lucky hunter. We'll have a random draw there. So that's the last time you can register your deer. And Big Buck, we got some bucks to show people today.
Sure do. We're going to start out with Bob Bassage in South Central Michigan, bringing in a 13-pointer. The score is 52.5. Steve York, South Central Michigan's 13-pointer, scores 52.5. Scott Boyer, South Central Michigan, the score 47.5, 8-pointer. Dan Weaver, South Central Michigan's 8-pointer, scores 47. And Carson Mead up in the Southwest Michigan, Mid-Michigan areas, 10-pointer, scores 45 3/4.
Well, we go from those successful hunters to hunters that had success up at the Country Smokehouse in Almont, where they registered their deer. We were up there, my boys, we worked hard in registering deer that day.
Okay, so you worked hard for the money, and you had deer to show for it. Good job.
And here's the interviews.
So I was hunting yesterday evening in K-Pack. Saw a smaller 8, a 3-point, a doe. This guy came in grunting, chasing a bigger doe. I missed with the first shot. I connected with the second shot. He ran about 40, 50 yards, and I watched him pile up.
And really kind of an unusual rack, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got all kinds of junk. He's got all kinds of stickers here. He's got this unique knife-like point there. So, my biggest ever.
Have you hunted this area before where you shot him?
Yes. Never shot anything like this though.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And who's your hunting buddy?
This is Charlie Stokes.
Mark Nadolski is my son Christian, and Jordan's in the car. We're from Macomb, Michigan.
Tell me about the hunt.
Sure. Opening morning, we started early, tried to get out before all the other hunters, and we have 3 bucks here, 2 8-points and 1 6-point. The first one was my son Jordan, shot at 7:03, got this nice 8-point on a 2-track that we've been grooming just for the deer. And then Christian here got the 6-point. We have a front blind on the property and a box blind. He was in that. He shot that 6-point, and then an 8-point came out after that. He texted me and said, "Dad, can I shoot?" I said, "Absolutely not. You got the 1. That's all you get." And then mine came in right around 8 o'clock. I was back in the swamp, and this guy was chasing a doe, and I was lucky enough to get him thick, and took a good shot right behind his front leg there and got him. So
Fun taking your kids out, isn't it?
Oh, it's awesome. That's why I do it, to be honest. It's all about family, friends, and hunting.
My name's Steve Barrett from Hazel Park, Michigan. I shot this buck on state land here in Lapeer, about 3 miles north of here.
How'd the hunt go? Tell me about it.
It was good. Seen 2 does first thing this morning about 7 o'clock. This one came in about 7:30 with a doe. And they were both standing there looking at about 80 yards, and 1 shot, that was it.
Now, you've been hunting a long time?
I've been hunting since I was 15 years old. I'm 50 years old, 35 years.
What do you like most about being out in the woods?
The peace and quiet.
Is this your biggest buck?
No.
It's a nice buck, though.
Oh, yeah. For just sitting on state land and no bait, just go out and shoot them.
What do you think the key is to hunting state land?
Getting away from close to the road. There's a lot of land there. People need to go back and explore it a little bit. You'll find a lot of deer sign.
All right, so tell me your name and where you're from.
Dick Bates from Rochester Hills, Michigan, Oakland County.
Tell me about your hunt.
I'm hunting on my own property, private land in Oakland Township, and this is country club hunting. I'm hunting out of a pole barn blind, all heated, and I'm all relaxed. And at 7 a.m. he came around the corner to a bait pile, and that was it.
That's all she wrote then. Is that your biggest buck?
This is my biggest buck, yeah.
Nice looking rat. Anything unusual about the hunt, or have you seen this deer before?
Had never seen him before. Seen a lot of other deer, and all small bucks, and he was a total and a wonderful surprise to me.
Stay with us. When we come back, we've got the DNR's Dave Luukkonen with us. He's going to talk about the Wetlands Wonders program. A lot of great information about waterfowling. You're watching the Q1 Buck Poll.
At Outfitters Taxidermy, I do high quality work at reasonable prices. We do it all at Outfitters Taxidermy, from birds, small mammals, fish, deer, shoulder mounts, full body mounts. I pay attention to the details in the mount, like your eyes, the nose, and the way the horns are set. Make sure the measurement's all correct, just like it is when you brought it in. If you're not sure how to cape your deer, I can do it for you, show you how to do it, where to make cuts, where not to make cuts. When you shoot that buck of a lifetime, give me a call at Outfitters Taxidermy.
Great country for Kalamazoo. Find us on your radio at 102.5, online at greatcountry1025.com, and on your mobile device on iHeartRadio. Kalamazoo's Great Country 1025, powered by Nash.
Hunting, fishing, trapping, Frank's Sporting Goods in Morley.
We got the biggest selection of trapping supplies in West Michigan, and the experience to go along with it, so we can teach you how to do everything right here on the spot.
Long guns and handguns for any application, and expert service from someone who lives the outdoors.
Don't forget, we got a great selection of ammo.
You'll find it all at Frank's Sporting Goods in Morley. Stop in or call Frank's Sporting Goods in Morley for the best deals around.
Hi, my name is Vic Havens, and we invite you to stop here at Frank's Sporting Goods in Morley, Michigan.
Get your boots on at Backroad Saloon, the area's #1 country music entertainment, featuring a spacious 5,000 square foot dance floor catered to line dancing. Backroad Saloon, where there's live music on the weekends and special guests. Coming January 16th, it's Big Smo. Tickets are just $12 in advance. And don't forget our New Year's Eve bash. Get your tickets now. Backroad Saloon, the Nashville of the North, the area's #1 country music venue. Well, I know it's a deer show, Q1 Buck Poll, but we're going to talk to you a little bit about waterfowling with Dave Luukkonen from the DNR. What do you think, Big Buck?
I'm not
Changing
sure.
things up.
Well, okay, I'm not sure because it's the winter. I was thinking ice fishing, but you know what? Waterfowling sounds like a heck of a lot more fun because it's usually warmer.
Well, they've got a program going on. We just wanted to provide you with some great information from the DNR. But before we do that, we've got Big Buck Hoffner. You got some bucks for us today?
Sure do, Tim. Let's start out in mid-Michigan with Bart Hubbell's 8-pointer scoring 44 3/4. In southeast Michigan, Richard Bates's 10-pointer scores 50. In south central Michigan, Tom Porter brings in an 11-pointer with the score of 48.5. In south central Michigan, Chase Crandall's 10-pointer scores 51. And up in the far north, we got Brent Gahn with a 13-pointer and a nice score of 51.625.
And we have had some big bucks in this year. Now it's time for our DNR update with Dave Luukkonen, again talking about the Wetlands Wonders program. Today we've got wildlife biologist with us, Dave Luukkonen. Welcome to the Buck Poll.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We're straying away from deer today, and we're talking about going out and doing a little duck hunting, waterfowl, all kinds of things. Talk to me about the Wetland Wonders program.
Yeah, well, I couldn't be more excited to talk about wetlands and waterfowl hunting. It's great here in the state of Michigan, and the Wetlands Wonders program celebrates 7 of our best areas that we have in the state of Michigan that the state manages specifically, the habitats to attract and hold waterfowl, and we're promoting those, and that's what the Wetland Wonders are, those seven special areas that we call gems that are state of Michigan.
Gems here in the state of Michigan. Okay, so how many hunters and how do we rank across the country when it comes to waterfowl hunters?
We have a really rich waterfowl hunting heritage in the state of Michigan, and it's a destination area for waterfowl hunting. We usually rank in the top 5 for example, for Canada goose harvest in the state. We have some really good Canada goose hunting. As far as numbers of waterfowl hunters, we usually rank in the top 10 at least in the country for the number of waterfowl hunters, and there's a reason for that. That's because we have such rich, diverse waterfowl hunting opportunities here. That includes things like the small marsh hunting for dabbling ducks. We have still have about 50% of our waterfowl habitats, our wetland habitats, still in the state of Michigan, which is really good compared to some of the other Midwestern states. We have the Great Lakes and the big waters, which hold diving ducks and diving duck hunting opportunities. So we have some really good opportunities for hunting here, and it's really is a destination area for waterfowl hunting in the U.S.
But what are some of the things as a wildlife biologist that you guys look for in creating these particular areas?
Well, these areas are really special from the standpoint that we usually have water level control, for example, on them. We can raise and lower water levels, and that helps us provide a diversity of waterfowl habitats out there and resources to attract and hold waterfowl. We also provide refuge areas where the birds are not disturbed. That keeps them around, keeps them and allows them to remain without getting disturbed and moved on to another area. So they usually hold a large number of waterfowl. Another special thing about most of these areas is that they have a managed waterfowl hunt. So you get in a drawing, you pick an area, and you're not disturbed by other hunters. You basically have your own area to hunt. So the hunt quality is generally really high on these areas.
Now, if somebody has questions or would like more information, where can they go?
They can go to our website at www.michigan.gov/wetlandwonders.
All right, so great information is out there, and this is something that really trying to get more people out into the environment, out to the wetlands, doing some hunting, enjoying the great nature that Michigan has to offer.
Absolutely, yeah. Get out there and waterfowl hunt. It's a great state. It's a great time of year to do that.
All right, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Wildlife biologist Dave Lukanen with us here. You're watching the Q1 Buck Poll. I'm Tim Hart-Haverhill.
Everything for the sportsman.
DNR Sports Center.
For the hunter. Tree stands, bows, guns, and gear. All the top brands.
Right here at DNR Sports Center.
For the fisherman. Check out the huge selection of boats, marine supplies, and tackle.
DNR Sports Center.
Full service mechanic for boats, guns, and bows. One-stop shopping, a huge selection, and the best service around.
Come see for yourself and experience the personal service at DNR Sports Center. Everything for the sportsman.
Great country for Kalamazoo. Find us on your radio at 102.5, online at greatcountry1025.com, and on your mobile device on iHeartRadio. Kalamazoo's Great Country 1025, powered by Nash.
The great outdoors has a lot to offer, and if you're ready to experience it on the next level, Greenstone can help you get it done. We finance acreage of nearly any size, from a hunter's haven to adventurous trails, or even that relaxing place on the lake. Greenstone's loan options make owning land affordable, with terms up to 30 years. And with 36 locations in Michigan and Northeast Wisconsin, we're just a short drive away. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com. Greenstone Farm Credit Services. We finance the great outdoors.
Back here on the Q1 Buck Poll, and just want to show you what we're giving away at some of our prize parties. A CVA 50 caliber Wolf rifle. It's got a scope. We also have a soft case to go with it, and this is going to be given away to the top buck in each region, but we also might have one or two that we have gun raffles, and so at our parties, we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, those are great muzzle loaders. I mean, I've got one myself, dialed that rascal in at 100 yards, it's dead spot on.
Really? I'd like to see that paper.
It is.
All right.
They call me Deadeye Mike now rather than Mr.
Actually, he looks in the mirror and calls himself Deadeye Mike. But we've had some Deadeyes here on the show, and Mike, you've got the big bucks from those guys right now.
Yes, I do. In South Mid-Michigan, Trevor Strang's 10-pointer scores 48 1/4. Tyler Wagley in Southwest Michigan brings in an 8-pointer with a score of 45. Preston Stemley in Southwest Mid-Michigan's 8-pointer scores 38. In South Mid-Michigan, Joe Mikulicki's 11-pointer scores 44. In Grant Ledford in South Mid-Michigan's 11-pointer brings in a score of 48.875.
So you got big bucks right there. Well, how do you hold big bucks on your property? You know, there's a lot of things that you can do. We're coming up into the spring season. Once we get there, there's things you can do to make sure that there's enough food, the right amount of food to keep the deer on your property.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, winter can be brutal. and they start to yard up and do things like that. But the sneaking suspicion is food is the major factor.
Here's Tony LaPratt from Ultimate Land Management and the Whitetail Boot Camp talking about holding deer on your property.
A little windy and a little cold today, but what I want to talk about is your food. We have to start getting ready for next year now, and we have to ask some serious questions. Is your food still available for the deer? On most properties, the food in late December is gone. And what I want to do is show you some things that you can do now for next year to start helping you. First of all, most people, when they plant their food, they plant it way back in the back next to the trees in the foreground there. And what they're doing is they're planting killing food plots, and that is great. The thing you got to understand is I plant a ton of food clean up here by my buildings and road, because what happens back there now, that's all ate down to the dirt. There's nothing left. So a lot of guys, I go to their properties, they plant food plots only in great hunting spots. They got areas in the front that they could plant, and they don't plant it, and then during late muzzleloader season and bow season, their bucks are being killed by the neighbors because now the bucks are going there to feed. So here's what you want to do. Plant food way up by the road. The other little trick of the trade is plant it earlier, and you want to use some of these purple top turnips. I use 50 pounds of winter wheat, 2 pounds of purple top turnips. You could use another 2 pounds of tillage radishes or canola. There's many different things you can use, but you want a variety of minimum of 3 things. Now, in the back, it's down to the dirt, and up here, look at all this luscious leaves they still have to eat. They're crisp, they snap when they, and here it's been so cold. Now they're coming up and eating all this, and then once they eat the tops, then they go and start eating the bulbs. And then they'll be eating these things clean into February and March. Now, look how many turnips I get. And I want to explain one of the biggest mistakes most people make when they're planting food plots. They plant too thick. Now this is thick, every inch is covered, but what I'm talking about, when you plant it so thick that it can't grow a decent bulb. And a lot of guys are planting it so in a couple of square inches, there's literally 100 little brassica plants. They get 8 inches high, they're yellowish looking because they can't survive with the nutrients, and they never grow a bulb. And guys, don't try to put too much seed out. It actually hurts you. So at the boot camp and everything, we go through and teach people how to exactly plant food plots, because most people are planting it way too thick. And they're not planting in other areas they need to make sure they hold deer later in the season. Now, another thing that is very important that I do, and I say stuff, but a lot of people hear it and they let it go right out their head and not pay attention. I add 50 pounds of winter wheat to all my mixtures. Now this stays green even under the snow, so they dig down in the snow and this is green, and that's the only thing that will be green and crisp. Then in the springtime, the turnips and all the tops are ate off, and in the springtime, the only thing green on this whole block is my winter wheat. When the snow melts, and it draws the deer in like a magnet. So now I'm making sure the deer get off to a healthy start next year, and this is the key.
Tony, when is the best time to plant then that food plot and get it all set and ready to go for the next year?
Well, on any of your turnips and brassicas, they tell you on the package, it'll say the 1st of September to September 15th. I add at least a month to that. I plant around August 1st. That way my tops got this tall. They're literally thigh high, and the deer can eat them. A lot of guys will wait until mid-September to plant, and their whole plant will be real spindly. I'm trying to find a leaf about the size they'll get. And this is about all they actually get to come out of the ground, about that high. The deer come over, take one bite, and it's done. Here, my plants are this tall, and they eat on it for weeks, and they just keep eating it down, these chunks. And all of a sudden, they ate for a month, and I still got semi-loads of food. Out here, it was a one trip salad bar, and it was done. So guys, another thing that I recommend is plant earlier. Put a month. It don't matter. Now, if you plant in September 15th, and you got these young tender things, and right next to it you had a planting from August 1st, the deer would go to the most tender plant. But the point is, they will eat this as this is what you got, and now I got tonnage, and I win the food game, and I find sheds, and I control the deer for the whole hunting season. The other thing is a flash fire. For 1 week, it's hot, and then it's all over. And that's the tip on food plots and understanding where to plant them. And I'm Tony LaPratt from Ultimate Land Management for the Q1 Buck Pole.
Did you know that Tire City is more than just tires? Marshall Tire, Albion Tire, and Charlotte Tire are all more than just tires at great prices. We're your complete auto repair center. We're brakes, oil changes, steering and suspension, diagnostics. We're more than just tires. We're your complete auto repair facility. Tire City, Marshall, Albion, and Charlotte.
Coldwater Gun & Pawn, your concealed weapon headquarters. Buy, sell, trade. We do volume so you have selection with new guns arriving daily. Need ammo at the best prices around? Stop into Coldwater Gun & Pawn. Plus, we pay cash for guns or anything of value, including gold and silver, where we pay the highest prices in southern Michigan. Plus, we have DVDs, guitars, gifts, and more. Long guns or handguns, come see our selection today at Coldwater Gun & Pawn. Add style to your bedroom or living room with log furniture from Thurston's Furniture. One-of-a-kind log bedroom sets, dressers, mirrors, easy beds that convert from a couch to a bed. Specializing in custom orders, Thurston's offers a great selection to choose from. Plus, check out our Northwoods Wildlife Print area rugs. Want a camo recliner? You'll find it at Thurston's. Thurston's Furniture on M60 in Homer. Everything you want in log furnishings at great prices.
Hunters, register today in the Q1 Buck Pole and you'll have a chance to win this Yamaha Grizzly 350 ATV. You can register a buck or a doe, no matter what size. We'll give this away in a random draw at our final prize party of the Q1 Buck Pole coming up the first weekend in March. Jim Hull is with us from Custom Connection Motorsports in Battle Creek. Welcome to the Buck Pole, man.
Thanks for having us, Tim.
All right, tell me about the ATV.
As he said, this is an awesome Yamaha Grizzly 350. You've got your Realtree camo, you've got selectable four-wheel drive, you've got forward and reverse, you've got racks on the front and back. So if you're out in terrain like this and you get the deer of a lifetime, you're not going to have to worry about carrying it on your shoulder.
You slap it on the back, tie it up, and you're ready to go.
Exactly.
All right, well, again, we're giving this away in a random draw. All you have to do is register. Again, you could go online, or you could take your deer to any of the locations across the state. Get registered today in the Q1 Buck Pole to win the Yamaha Grizzly 350 ATV from Custom Connection Motorsports. Great information, and now you know what to plant out there, big buck, so that way next year in late December we can be killing some big deer.
Yeah, I got to get a little bit more land, but I'll tell you what, even small chunks of property like I have, if you do what Tony's telling you, you will keep those deer there as well.
All right, remember, the prize parties are listed on the website. We start January 24th in Coldwater and then move throughout the season. And then March 7th, we'll be at Backroads Saloon in Marshall. The party will start at 6:30, and then a country band. If you like to dance and listen to country music, that'll kick off after 9 o'clock. So we're looking forward to having a great time. And, of course, then we give away the ATV.
Yep, that's the exciting culmination of the whole thing. We get to dance and celebrate this year's victor of the ATV.
Oh, I can't wait to see Deadeye here dance. Let me tell you.
There I am.
All right, for Mike Big Buck Hoffner, I'm Tim Hardhabrel. Thanks for being with us this week on the Q1 Buck Pole. Remember, whenever you're out in the woods, be safe.
Great country for Kalamazoo. Find us on your radio at 102.5, online at greatcountry1025.com, and on your mobile device on iHeartRadio. Kalamazoo's Great Country 1025, powered by Nash.